Hello, everyone. It's Regina, and I'm back. I took a little time off, from the skit land and things like that, to for this winter break, and to get away and just relax and to regroup and think about some of the characters that I would like to discuss in 2026, and hopefully allow people to think differently or take a different look at these characters. I will say Auntie will be with us. She was going to come live last night and talk about the skits of last night. We thought last night we were on watch that possibly Shayla would walk in and see Deliciaga, as he calls her sometimes, and Iman in the act of crossing the line, but that did not happen. And she stayed up late to watch it and see if it was going to happen. And afterwards, she was going to go live, but then she went to sleep, amen. She went to sleep. So today she's been working on a lot of content. Not content, she's been working with Nuck If You Buck, her primary business, a lot going on in that business for Auntie Riri. And she's been on the phone with Amber on and off all day about the current Shayla situation, which basically to segue into what I want to talk about today. And what I want to talk about today is, who is Shayla? Today's skits, or the last 24 hours, have really disturbed me. The last 24 hours, I would say. Starting with when Iman got there and the whole massage thing. So I'm just going to start. I'm just going to speak from the heart. Either myself or Auntie Riri will be going live later for real, just to go over the skits and discuss some things. But for now, we're going to talk about Shayla, a different look. I briefly came to you last year, spoke about who is Angelina, also did a brief segment on who is Diesel, because a lot of people in the comments saying that he swindled Anthony, and he was out to get Anthony XYZ, but my goal is to make you think different. Amen. Just a different light, a deeper light. Let's take out the comedy. Let's take out laughter. Let's really think about some of these characters, or take a relook at some of these characters, even the characters that we love to hate. So today we're going to talk about Shayla. Yesterday, nothing wrong with what she did for Iman. I truly believe that you're supposed to nurture your man. I'm a nurturer. I believe that if a man is doing everything, if he's being a provider, if he's out there working hard for you and doing what he needs to do as a man, then yes, you should do what you need to do as a woman. Now, personally, I'm sorry, sometimes, my sister gets in my spirit. We did grow up together. Amen. But personally, I would not have went to I wouldn't have went to the extreme of getting a masseuse. I would have rented the table, got the pillows, set the ambiance, get the music together. Amen. Light the fireplace and do it myself. Because Shayla should know, but she don't know. You don't bring, women into your house that you don't know nothing about, especially around him in the anaconda situation. So that was a mistake, in my opinion. Not a mistake, perhaps. It was still cute. I'm sure. I hope she had the woman sign an NDA, things of that nature. She probably didn't, but there are certain things that you have to look at when you're dealing with an Iman, with someone who's in the headlines, with somebody who's current and things like that. So not sure if she did that. I feel like she should have done it like on a personal level to make it more intimate between him and her. Personally, you can do things like one thing in my past, massaging a man's feet. Amen. Sometimes that can be such an intimate act, more intimate than other things. It's making them feel like a king, making them feel special. So I don't knock her for that. But it's the reason behind it that I want to get into. It is my opinion, and again, I don't want nobody, and some of y'all go be in the comments. It's my opinion based on my life experiences, how I was raised, and I be forgetting the last one, how I was brought up, how I was raised, and my own personal experiences. BRE. I had to remember that, Suzette. Okay. So that's where my opinion is coming from. I'm not coming from a place of, let me give all my disclaimers, that Shayla does not deserve karma. She does. She's already getting it. For all the people who are saying that, oh, she ain't getting no karma. She is getting karma. Her karma is someone who you call your best friend, is living with you, slept with your man, in love with your man, been dating your man, got money from your man, now on a monthly basis. Karma is here, y'all. It's just slow cooking. It ain't happening as fast as we want it to be, which is the big reveal, which is she finds out. But the fact that it's happening behind her back is absolute karma. So anyway, we're not going to get into that. We done had the karma discussion. Hold on, let me get back professional. But anyway, so what she did for Iman yesterday was not a bad thing. The thing is her intent behind it. Which brings me to this morning. I didn't realize right away until Delicia walked in that Shayla had actually got high with Iman this morning. Knowing that she has to pick up her child. And let's go back to last night. Going over there smelling like reefer. And sometimes and I say reefer, y'all, I'm old school. Marijuana, gas, whatever you want to call it. That loud. I am hip. I do know what the rest of the terms mean. But for the sake of this, I'm going to say reefer. Based on the fact that Anthony's already discussed with you, your child has came over there smelling like it. Why would you go back over there smelling like reefer? Why wouldn't you? Now, he did help buy the house. But out of respect for your child, do Iman smoke weed in front of his kids? That's the first question I would ask. Do you smoke in front of your children? Do you let them inhale weed smoke? Amen. And even yesterday when she asked to meet the kids, and he was kind of like, oh, no, you ain't meet my kids. When a man don't want you to meet his kids, that's a sign. That's a sign that you're not my forever. It's a sign that it ain't that type of party, as my mama say. Even with Iman meeting Delicia's, amen, child, that was a lot. Some men have enough respect to say, you know what, it's too soon for me to meet your kid. I don't let nobody meet my son unless it's something serious. Amen. You might get a FaceTime. Amen. But nobody, I'm not going to bring different men around. This your uncle type of situation. This your dad. No, he has one father. You don't bring everybody around your kids. That's number one. But smoking around a 1-year-old, he doesn't respect you or your child. If that child were to walk on the balcony, walk on the porch and inhale that, you putting marijuana in that child's system. But we're not going to get into all that. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm trying to build this up to the things that she is allowing. The same mother who didn't want Amber around her child, who thought Amber might try to harm him, amen, because she wanted a DNA test. The same one. You're not letting a man smoke or the smoke be around in the vicinity of your child. You took him over there last night, once again, you and the baby, smelling like reefer. Now, we ain't going to get into Anthony. We'll get into him later on. But it seems like at this point, Amber loves this child more than Anthony and Shayla. But she took a commitment to be that child's godmother. But let's get back to Shayla. So you promised to have the baby back next morning. It gets there. You so high, you forget. Again, you consciously got high, knowing before you got high that you needed to pick up Kai. What's wrong with this picture? Y'all would disturb me the most on this skit this morning. So when she went over there to pick up Kai. And she was so high that she couldn't talk straight. I thought she would go kiss him for a minute. She was so deep into her lipstick. And, I'm a lipstick girl myself. I like my lipstick out here, too, to make sure it's right, sitting right. Mocha, black on. Mocha. Look up, Google her. And she was so high, she couldn't even get out the door good. In house shoes. I want to talk to the Shaylas of the world. This part 1. I want to cut this up because I want it to be 2 different sections. So let's talk about the Shaylas. I'll be right back. Enjoy this commercial break.